only see your heart breathing. And would you do this also, just for a moment, just for your physiology? Yeah, thank you. Would you stand and just breathe comfortably? And I'd like you to put your hand on your heart, both of you, if you would. Put your hand on your heart. What I'd like you to do, with your eyes closed, is breathe deeply in your heart continuously.
Tony developed the breathing exercise into a meditation on the heart, the center of love and compassion. Up to now, every time Tony asked Sam to follow his directives, she opposed him. Now he will influence her indirectly by asking Daryl to follow his instruction and Sam to simply follow along.
See the power of your heart. Breathe the power of your heart. And I'd like you to imagine love in your heart vibrating with no fear, like the love that maybe if you believed there was a God or you believed something gave you the gift of life, that heartbeat of love was there. A totally safe love. A love that was about giving and not taking, just truly. And just feel your heart and feel love in the heart. Feel it, see it, breathe it. Every breath should feel more powerful in your heart, more full. Feel like you're channeling the breath into your heart. And just enjoy the feeling of your heart. Picture it, see it, feel your heart. That's it. And now I want you to think of a happy moment in your life, at any age, any moment, but a moment that you were grateful for, a moment of gratitude, a moment that felt like, wow, I love this moment. Any moment at all. As a child, as an adult, when you had a child, anytime, a moment. And now I'd like you to think of a moment with this partner of yours. And I want you to think of a moment that was happy, that both of you were lit up. Did you ever have something that's so silly you couldn't stop, you laughed till you coughed, or a place where you got the giggles when you weren't supposed to? There you go. Because in your heart, you'll have answers. As you keep touching your heart and breathing in it, I'll tell you something they found out 5 years ago. Man won a prize for it. Whenever you can't figure it out, when you're stressed, they can measure the electrical response of your brain and heart, and they're radically different. But when you breathe in your heart for 2 minutes, they go in sync, and your brain gives you answers you could never get in that other state. It's a technique. It's called heart activation. It even changes your hormones. So breathe it, because in this state, you'll have a different answer. You'll both have pain from your past. Her pain is obvious, but I know you've had it too, Daryl. And she knows that some part of her loves you and has seen that pain, has wanted to heal it for you too, but she feels like a failure because you shut up so much. I'm just wondering if you both went to your heart, what would happen? Stay in your heart and ask yourself, what do I need to let go of in order to solve this problem? What belief do I need to let go of? What's a belief that's outlived its usefulness? Maybe there's another belief you need to let go of. What's the other belief? That if you let go of it, your relationship will go to another level. Belief about how your partner's supposed to be or has to be, or what they don't do or never do or won't do. Or a belief about, I've tried everything. What's the belief that just needs to go? And breathe in your heart and feel free. Give yourself freedom. Freedom comes when you get rid of the slavery of an old belief and you just let it go. You have the right to keep this belief, but it's hurting you and you know it. It's hurting yourself. It may be hurting people you love. Maybe even your children without you realizing it, because they see and hear everything, even if they're toddlers. And as you do that, I want you to remember a young child that you loved. And I want you to see yourself as a baby, because all babies are loved. Even mothers that are screwed up love their babies, because their biochemistry requires it. That's why they don't leave till later in life usually, even if they're scared of the man they're with. See a young little baby you. Go up and give him a big hug. Tell her or him, you know what, it was a tough road, but we made it. I'm on the other side, I'm gonna take you there so you don't have to go through this anymore. Give her a big hug and kiss, or him, bring him inside you. Bring him inside you right now. Breathe in your heart. And then ask yourself, what do I need to let go of? Or what do I need to believe now instead about my life, about this situation, about my partner, about myself that would free me? What new belief do I need? And if I took it on, I'd breathe deeply in my heart now. Breathe deeply in my heart now. That's it. And what would I do if I wanted to get through to this person? If I'm just going to let go of it and get through to them. Daryl, what would I do if it was in my heart and I wasn't fearful? I knew whatever she said, that when she screamed at me, she was just screaming at me to see whether or not she could trust me to keep loving her. When I keep coming towards her instead of running away, she's looking for an oak tree, an immovable force that'll be there to shade her during her hot and hurtful times. Someone who will embrace her even when she's hurting and crazy and unfair, just as you've been. Some part of you knows this can still be made right, but it's going to take you showing up as a man. She's been through pain no human being deserves to go through. No one. That little Samantha never should have had to become Sam. It's unfair, but you can heal her. Will you? Will you love when it's impossible to love? Will you hold her when she wants to run and feel her heart? Will you dig through that pain and know it's not about you? When she screams, know it's about the past, even though she calls you the name. If you will give yourself the gift to heal, Samantha, the love that's inside you that's been building up your entire life can heal others. You stood up not just for yourself, not just for your children, not just for your husband, but there are many who would not have the courage to stand up, who have so much hurt inside them. They call it hate, but it's hurt. They call it anger and frustration, but it's hurt. And hurt is just sadness. And you, if you choose to, can be an instrument. You can, if you choose to, heal them with not just your courage. I know you have courage. I mean your faith. A trust that you've had before, but at a deeper level where you don't have a limit to that trust. And I know you don't know me, and you may think I'm just saying this, and I'm okay if you don't trust me. But one man you can trust, even though you've had pain, is the man who stands behind you. You can trust him because he loves you. He's seen the real you behind all of this. That's why he's still here. He's scared he's not enough for you, Samantha. He's scared he's not doing what you need. He's right, he hasn't up until now. But he is enough. He just needs to do some things so you can trust. Daryl, I want you to imagine while you breathe in your heart, she screams the worst things you never want to hear. Lazy, fat, lazy bastard, or whatever words would do it to you. And I'm leaving you. Go be by yourself, you son of a bitch. You take care of the children. I've done everything for you, you wasted piece of shit, you hateful asshole who gives nothing and takes everything. And as she's saying it, what you got to look is to see this little girl called Samantha, because that's who she really is. Samantha Judy. And when she's screaming that, you don't have to run. The more she screams, the more she loves you. Otherwise, she wouldn't care. She's screaming because she's screaming to you, please love me. Please show me you care. Please help me through my scary time. And maybe it's time now to make some decisions. Do you love this person enough to love yourself? To let go, to forgive. I bet you're not against giving. I bet you're for giving. Maybe it's your mama. Crazy bitch that she was. But if we can forgive others, we can really know we can forgive ourselves. Because Samantha would say to you, she doesn't blame herself, but she does. She thinks I should have been more, should have been something. And then she stops doing that and hates these other people. Can you imagine how up her father was? He wanted love so badly, and felt so unworthy that he went to a child. He went because he felt so much love in her. He didn't know how to deal with it. I can only imagine what his life was really like that no one probably will ever know. I'm not defending what he did, it's disgusting. But I can't understand that something in his life made him feel so unworthy of love. He had to go to a child who he thought would be safe. And Samantha's a lover. So even though she's scared, at some level he felt like maybe she loves me. And now he lives in eternal hell. If he's alive, he's in eternal hell, that's for sure. Because no matter how much he acts like he doesn't have guilt about it, the pain she feels, I guarantee he has at a different level. Because at some level she knows it's not her fault, even though she blames herself sometimes. How does it feel to breathe in your heart continuously for a long period of time? I'll tell you this, when you're talking to someone and they get angry, they're always in their head. Your head is where you get tricked by your memories of the past, but your heart is in the present. And everything can be felt and solved and shared and loved in the present. Your heart is your power. Samantha has more heart than anybody you're going to meet in your lifetime, probably. May look like anger. I love her willfulness, honestly. I mean, it's like standing over that chair for 20 minutes and refusing to bend. I love that shit. God, how many women have that kind of drive inside them? I can only imagine when you finally get her to know that you are her man and will never leave her no matter what she says or does, and you will worship her soul. You're in for an experience you will never forget. And I don't just mean sexual, I mean an aliveness. Because frankly, Daryl, you've been dead for a long time. And you need this Spitfire. Because just going to work and achieving and being significant and certain and doing your thing and, getting stimulated however, that is dead compared to what this woman can give you. There's no amount of life you'll ever experience that'll compare to what Samantha can give you when she opens. And I'm wondering if you're man enough to open her. So decide what you're going to do. What would you do? Not just say, but do. And by the way, as soon as you do it, she won't trust you. Because women are always testing. You'll do it and they'll go, yeah, he's doing it now, but will he do it later? And just when you're in the best state, she'll do something to just piss you off, just to see if she can take you out of your center. But my guess is you've walked on fire. And my bet is that there's a center inside of you that doesn't even have to be intense. My bet is there's a part inside of you that's got such a big heart. That's why she picked you. She knows you're right, even though she's scared. She knows. Now, if I asked her, she'd say, no. She'd look at you and go, how's that feel? But she's just saying, please, please don't disappoint me again. Please show me I would pick the right man, even though it hasn't looked that way for years. Please. She's trying to take a baseball bat to your hard head. Because you're so in your head, it's time to come to your heart. Now, if you could see her right now, in her face, there's a softness in her face that my guess is you saw a long time ago, and it's unbelievably beautiful. And I'm not commenting and stroking her. As everyone opens their eyes, having decided what they're going to do, look at her face on the screen and tell me there isn't beauty in this face that is extraordinary.
The visualization led Samantha to feel for the little child that she had been, whom she didn't even remember, but who she could now care for and love. For Daryl, the strong message was to step up and be man enough